What taxes are involved in probate? When a loved one passes away, many people wonder what taxes are involved in the probate process. Understanding these taxes can help you navigate estate planning and the probate process more smoothly. Let's break down the different types of taxes that may come into play during probate. First, there is the federal estate tax. This tax applies to estates that exceed a specific value, known as the exemption amount. For most individuals, this exemption is quite high, meaning only larger estates will face this tax. The federal estate tax is calculated based on the fair market value of all assets owned by the deceased at the time of death, minus certain deductions like debts and funeral expenses. Next, some states impose their own estate tax, which is similar to the federal estate tax. Each state has its own rules and exemption amounts. Some states do not have an estate tax at all, while others may set much lower exemption thresholds than the federal level. It is essential to check the laws in the state where the deceased lived. Another tax to consider is the state inheritance tax. Unlike the estate tax, this tax is paid by the person who inherits the property, not by the estate itself. The rate often depends on the relationship between the deceased and the beneficiary. For example, spouses and children may pay a lower rate or be exempt, while more distant relatives or non-relatives may face a higher tax rate. Personal income tax is another factor. This tax refers to any income the deceased earned up to the date of death. The executor of the estate is responsible for filing the final income tax return for the deceased. Additionally, there is the estate income tax. This tax applies to any income generated by the estate after the person's death but before the assets are distributed. This could include interest, dividends, or rental income produced by estate assets during the probate process. If the estate includes a trust, such as a testamentary trust created by the will or a living trust, trust income tax may also apply. The trust may need to pay taxes on any income it earns during the probate process or afterward. The executor or personal representative of the estate plays a vital role in identifying which taxes apply, filing the necessary returns, and ensuring that any taxes owed are paid before distributing assets to beneficiaries. This process can be complicated, especially for larger estates or those with assets in multiple states. Planning ahead can help minimize tax exposure. Utilizing trusts, making lifetime gifts, or taking advantage of marital deductions can reduce the amount of estate or inheritance tax owed. Keeping accurate records and consulting with professionals who specialize in estate planning and tax law is essential for compliance and protecting the interests of beneficiaries. Understanding these taxes and their role in the probate process is key to effective estate planning. This knowledge helps families avoid unexpected surprises and ensures that assets are distributed according to the deceased wishes while minimizing tax burdens.